Chosen one. Your winning check is ready. Claim it before it's too late. These words, repeated across timelines, whispered in places you've never seen but somehow always felt, echo like a message carried by a current stronger than chance. This is the summary, the signal, the spark that starts everything. What you are about to hear is not merely an announcement. It is a reminder of something you have sensed long before today. It is an invitation back into a narrative that has always involved you, even before you realized you had a role in it. Today, we peel back the layer between what you assume is ordinary and what is actually unfolding around you. And as you watch and listen, the pieces begin to align. The unexplained moments, the repeating symbols, the uncanny timing, the sense that something has been preparing you for a long-awaited realization. The check is a metaphor, a symbol of arrival, and also something more literal than you might think. In these words you find something awakening, and as the script unfolds, you will understand why this message has reached you now. Before we move deeper, stay with this video until the very end. Allow yourself to hear every part of this message, because you will need the full picture for everything to click into place. In the comments, write your warmest wishes and include the number 66 as a sign of alignment, release, and shared intention. This moment is your chance to send your energy outward, to participate in the chapter where wishes come true and the universe hums with activation. Speak your desire into the comments, release it with sincerity, and continue forward with the unfolding of this message, knowing that this is the one and only time we will talk about wishes here. From this moment on, the message shifts back entirely to the path of the chosen one, the meaning of the winning check, and the urgency of claiming what has already begun forming in your life. Chosen one, your destiny awaits. Click the hype button, like this video, subscribe, and walk with us into the light. Chosen one, your winning check is ready. Claim it before it's too late. These words carry both a promise and a warning, but not in the way you might expect. The check is not simply a physical object, though it might manifest as one. It is, more accurately, the culmination of decisions, perseverance, and unseen support that has been gathering behind you like a wind about to launch you forward. Many people go their entire lives without receiving such a message, not because they were undeserving, but because they never reached the point of alignment required to recognize it. You have. That is why you are here. The timing of your arrival is not random. You found this message precisely when you were meant to, and the circumstances of your life, both the difficult and the hopeful, have been arranging themselves into a pattern that now reveals its meaning. For some time, you have felt a subtle shift. Little things have been happening that don't feel accidental. You think of someone and they call. Something you lost suddenly reappears. Opportunities show up precisely when a door closes. The check is symbolic of these shifts consolidating into one undeniable outcome. This is not about luck in the trivial sense. It is about a long-standing debt the universe has been calculating in your favor, waiting for the exact moment to return it. Today's message signals that the moment has arrived. The feeling that something is about to change isn't just intuition, it's recognition. The check is ready. What remains is whether you will claim it or let the moment fade back into delay. The danger in waiting too long is not that the opportunity disappears completely, but that it becomes harder to access as the window closes. You may have noticed that certain moments in life arrive with a kind of electric clarity, when something feels open, possible, almost expectant. If you hesitate too long, the energy dissipates. This message is your reminder that a window is currently open for you. A window tied to receiving, to stepping forward, to saying yes when the momentum is finally on your side. This script is meant to guide you through recognizing that window and stepping through it instead of letting fear, doubt, or hesitation talk you out of seizing what has been granted to you. The phrase, "chosen one," may sound dramatic, but it speaks to something deeply personal. It doesn't mean better than others. It means selected by circumstances, shaped by your experiences, and prepared by challenges that others did not face. Being chosen is rarely comfortable. It means carrying burdens that forced growth. It means navigating situations that tested your resilience. It means being confronted with moments where you had to keep going, even when you couldn't see what you were moving toward. Every setback you've endured, every loss, every disappointment has contributed to the preparation. There were times you questioned why your path felt heavier than others. Today, the answer becomes clear. You were being prepared not for an average outcome, but for a designated one. The check is a sign that your preparation has reached a turning point. Think back on the moments that shaped you. Not just the joyful ones, but the ones that demanded endurance. There are things you experienced that could have broken someone else, but you persisted. You adapted. You carried on. These moments strengthened your foundation. Even when you didn't realize it, the check symbolizes life acknowledging the weight you've carried. It is not a reward in the shallow sense. It is a recalibration. A balancing of scales, an overdue confirmation that the struggle was not meaningless. The timing of this message is synchronized with the completion of a cycle you've been in for much longer than you realize. And this message serves as the bridge between the closing of that cycle and the opening of the next. You might wonder, why now? What changed? What shifted in such a way that allowed this message to reach you? The answer lies in one simple truth. You crossed an invisible threshold. It could have been a decision you made recently, a release, a realization, or even a moment of emotional clarity that marked a shift in your internal landscape. Sometimes all it takes is choosing differently, choosing yourself, choosing healing, choosing to stop repeating a cycle. The check is tied to the energy released when you made that choice. Even if you didn't fully understand the magnitude of it at the time, life has been waiting for you to hit that internal switch. Once you did, the process began accelerating. The phrase, "claim it," is crucial. You are not being handed something passively. You are being invited to step forward with intention. Sometimes people wait for life to push them, forgetting that receiving requires engagement. Claiming something means acknowledging that you are worthy of it. It means choosing not to shy away from blessings out of fear of losing them. It means walking toward what is meant for you instead of waiting for permission. Claiming your check is not about entitlement. It is about acceptance. Accepting that after everything you have endured, after everything you have grown through, after every moment where you continued despite exhaustion, you deserve to receive. Many people struggle with acceptance when opportunities finally arrive. They think, is this really for me? Or what if I'm not ready? Or what if I lose it? These fears come from past disappointments, from times you expected something and it didn't materialize. But the conditions now are different. Before, the timing wasn't aligned. Before, you were still transitioning, still shedding, still evolving. The check was being written, but the signature wasn't ready. Today, the signature is complete. The ink has dried. The approval has gone through. What remains is your recognition of that reality. As you absorb this message, allow yourself to remember what it felt like to hope for something bigger. Perhaps you buried some of those hopes because life grew heavy, but beneath the practical layers of survival, your true desires have never disappeared. They have been waiting for a moment when a pathway opened. Today marks the unveiling of that pathway. Part of claiming your check is acknowledging that the desires of your heart were never foolish or unrealistic. They were guidance. They were the compass pointing toward your destiny, even when the journey felt uncertain. Throughout this script, you may feel a sensation of recognition, a sense that something is aligning. This is intentional. The words are meant to activate a part of you that has been dormant. You may feel memories resurfacing, connections clicking into place, or emotions stirring. This is not coincidence. It is part of the process of claiming. Before something arrives physically, it arrives internally. You become aware of it before you touch it. You feel it before you receive it. This message is part of that arrival. The winning check represents not only abundance but confirmation. Confirmation that you are on the correct path. Confirmation that you are supported. Confirmation that what felt like stagnation was actually incubation. You have been in a season of preparation that was longer than predicted, but this preparation was necessary. Had the check arrived earlier, its impact would not have been the same. You needed to become the person capable of receiving it fully, without sabotage, without fear, without diminishing your worth. You might be asking, what do I need to do now? The answer is both simple and profound. Stay present. Stay open. Do not retreat into old patterns of doubt. Do not assume this is too good to be true. This message has reached you because it is time. Your role now is to step into readiness. Readiness does not mean knowing every detail. It means trusting that what is arriving is aligned with your growth. It means allowing yourself to believe that things can shift in your favor. It means recognizing that this moment is not random, but orchestrated. As you continue listening, you may notice that certain phrases resonate more strongly than others. Pay attention to these moments. They are guiding you. They are pointing you toward what you already know deep down. The winning check is tailored to your journey. It may manifest as opportunity, as financial gain, as emotional breakthrough, as closure, as renewal, or as a combination of these. The form will match the need. The timing matches your readiness. The message confirms the shift. Throughout your life, you have encountered people who underestimated you. You have faced situations where your kindness was overlooked or taken advantage of. You have given more than you received. You have carried more than others saw. The check is the balancing of these experiences. It is the moment where your quiet strength is honored. Life has a way of returning energy with interest when the time is right. Your return is here. The urgency in the message, claim it before it's too late, does not come from scarcity. It comes from the importance of not slipping back into old narratives. You have outgrown versions of yourself that once kept you safe, but now limit your expansion. This message urges you to step forward before the weight of old patterns tries to pull you backward. The window is open now. That is why you are receiving this. Not yesterday, not months from now. Now. You are entering a chapter where alignment becomes undeniable. Synchronicities will increase. Opportunities will surface unexpectedly. People who are meant to support your next steps will appear. Conversations will lead to openings you didn't anticipate. The check is more than a symbol. It is a turning point. When you claim it, You step into a version of your life that flows more naturally, more harmoniously, more powerfully. Think of everything you've survived. Every time you kept moving forward, even when exhaustion pressed on you. Every moment you refused to give up, even when the odds were not in your favor. These moments were not unnoticed. They were the foundation for what is arriving. The check is acknowledgement. The check is arrival. The check is transition. As we go deeper into this script, allow every word to settle where it needs to. You are not hearing this by mistake. The timing of this message is perfect. The resonance you feel is real. And the check, in all its forms, is ready. All that remains is your willingness to step forward. Chosen one, your winning check is ready. Claim it before it's too late. This message continues to unfold with a deeper undercurrent than the words initially reveal. By this point, you may already feel that something inside you is shifting, almost like a quiet recognition rising from a place beyond your conscious awareness. That sensation is your inner confirmation. It is the part of you that has always known something significant was approaching. The part of you that sensed that the difficulties you have endured were guiding you toward a moment where everything would begin to make sense. This message is not just an announcement. It is a turning point, a recalibration, a call to step into alignment with what has been waiting for you. There is a powerful phenomenon that happens when the moment of arrival nears. Life begins to rearrange itself around you. Some people leave your life, not because you did anything wrong, but because their presence belonged to an earlier chapter. Some situations suddenly feel too small, too limiting, too heavy. You might notice your tolerance for old patterns decreasing. These signs are not random. They are part of the preparation. The winning check cannot be claimed while holding on to what was keeping you stuck. Life has begun clearing the path not as punishment, but as protection. Your ability to recognize this clearing is proof that you're stepping into a new phase, and this phase carries the energy of receiving. When we talk about the check being ready, it signifies that the conditions surrounding you have aligned. Imagine gears turning behind the scenes, gears you didn't realize were connected but now rotate in harmony. All the conversations you've had, the choices you've made, the opportunities you thought slipped away, the moments when you said, "Not yet," they all contributed to this alignment. The check represents the culmination of these gears locking into place. It means that the timing is no longer working against you. It is working with you. You can feel this shift in the subtle ways life has begun to open. Even if the changes are small, they carry a momentum that is unmistakable. It is important to understand that claiming your check does not require chasing anything. It does not require struggle or desperation. It requires recognition. You must be willing to see yourself as the person who is ready to receive, rather than the person who is perpetually preparing. For so long, you have been in a state of becoming, but becoming eventually transitions into being. This is the moment when the energy shifts. This is the moment when preparation transforms into arrival. The only step left is accepting that you are no longer who you were when this journey began, and the version of you now is fully capable of holding what is arriving. You might feel a sense of anticipation, a quiet electricity, like something is hovering just beyond your physical senses. That feeling is not imagination. It is resonance. The moment before a breakthrough is often subtle, not loud. It feels like a gentle awareness settling over you, a sense that something meaningful is finally aligning. In these moments, life communicates not through dramatic signs, but through calm clarity. You begin to understand that nothing you experienced was random. Every difficulty that molded you contributed to your readiness. The check is not a reward for the past. It is the result of transformation. As you continue to listen and breathe into this message, consider the times you almost gave up, not because you lacked strength, but because the weight felt overwhelming. Yet even in those moments, something inside you kept moving. That perseverance was not accidental. It was the quiet force that brought you to this point. You may not have recognized it while you were in survival mode, but now you can look back and see the thread that held you together. That thread is the same thread pulling you forward into this next chapter. It is the thread that ties your journey to this message. There is something important to acknowledge here. The check does not arrive into chaos. It arrives into clarity. That is why many aspects of your life have recently begun to change. You may have noticed emotional shifts, stronger intuition, or a sudden desire to declutter areas of your life. Not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. These are signs of clearing the path. Receiving requires space. Space in your thoughts, space in your schedule, space in your heart. The universe knows exactly what is needed, and the clearing process is already underway. Trust the timing. Trust the unfolding. Part of the urgency in this message lies in momentum. When momentum builds, you must follow it. Momentum is not permanent. It is an invitation. Too many people lose their momentum because they underestimate its significance. They feel the energy rising, but hesitate, overthink, or doubt. This message serves as your reminder not to hesitate this time. You have done enough preparing. You have done enough waiting. You have done enough enduring. The next step is forward. Claim the check before the momentum shifts elsewhere. You are in the prime moment to receive, and it is important to move with the timing rather than against it. One of the clearest indicators that your check is ready is the way your perspective has been changing. You may find yourself less attached to old fears. You may find yourself questioning beliefs that once held power over you. You might even feel a quiet confidence emerging, even if you can't fully explain it. Perspective shifts like these occur when you are stepping into alignment with who you truly are. They signify readiness. The check does not come to someone who is unaware of their transformation. It comes to someone who has already begun living as the new version of themselves, whether consciously or subconsciously. That is you. As we continue deeper, the message becomes even more personal. You have had moments where you felt lost, where you wondered whether life was paying attention to your effort, your intentions, your sacrifices. But the check proves that nothing was ignored. The universe does not forget the seeds you planted during moments of silence, struggle, or solitude. Those seeds have been growing beneath the surface, and now they are ready to emerge. This message is the first blossom breaking through the soil. The check is the harvest. Recognize that receiving also requires letting go of what no longer fits the life you are stepping into. Old doubts must fade. Old narratives must loosen. Old limitations must soften. The urgency to claim your check lies in the fact that the longer you hold on to the past, the more difficult it becomes to step fully into the present. But you are already releasing. You have already begun shedding layers that no longer serve you. That release has created room for the check to arrive. You are further along than you realize. Let yourself imagine, for a moment, what claiming this check feels like. Not the external details, but the internal shift, the sensation of arrival, the calm confidence, The certainty that the chapter you are entering is unlike any other before it. That feeling is a preview of what is coming. It is the emotional signature of your next phase. Hold on to that feeling. It is guiding you. The energy of anticipation is the first step in manifestation. Recognizing it is the second. Acting on it is the third. This message places you between recognition and action. There is no need for fear here, no need for anxiety. You are not being rushed. You are being nudged. Nudged into the realization that everything you have gone through was leading you toward this moment. The check is not fragile. It is solid, stable, assured. It has your name on it. It has been waiting for your alignment. The moment you choose to accept it, everything begins to shift at a tangible pace. You may notice that your intuition becomes stronger after hearing this message. Pay attention to that. Intuition becomes heightened when something is about to unfold. You might receive insights, ideas, or impulses that feel guided. Follow them. These impulses are not random thoughts. They are pathways opening. The check often arrives through sequences, not single events. One conversation leads to another. One decision leads to an opportunity. One insight leads to a breakthrough. This message activates that sequence. Chosen one, your winning check is ready. Claim it before it's too late. Not because it will disappear, but because this moment is designed for receiving, not delaying. Step into the certainty that this message is meant for you. Step into the understanding that you are ready. Step into the chapter that begins now. Chosen one, your winning check is ready. Claim it before it's too late. As this message continues to unfold, it becomes clearer that what is happening in your life right now is part of a larger pattern you may not have fully recognized. That pattern has been forming for years, sometimes quietly, sometimes through upheaval, always guiding you toward a moment where everything aligns. You may not have noticed the hints at first, but when seen in hindsight, the signs were unmistakable. You were being prepared not just to receive something valuable, but to be able to hold it, understand it, and grow from it. This preparation was woven into your days through experiences that shaped your character and sharpened your intuition, even when the process was uncomfortable. Now you stand at the threshold of a transition, and this message serves as both confirmation and instruction. There is a particular kind of clarity that arrives when something long awaited is finally ready to manifest. It almost feels like the air around you shifts. Conversations take on a new meaning. Encounters become more significant. You begin noticing repetition, timing, symbols, and synchronicities that weren't visible before. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. When the check becomes ready, your awareness expands. You start seeing the world as if a veil has lifted. Decisions feel guided. Emotions feel more reflective. You find yourself thinking, something is different, even if you can't immediately articulate why. That sense is not imagination. It is intuition responding to what is already unfolding behind the scenes. Your journey has included moments of uncertainty, moments where you questioned whether your effort mattered or whether your direction was still correct. But every path you walked, even the ones you thought were wrong turns, contributed to your growth. Sometimes life guides you through detours not because you are off track, but because there were experiences you needed in order to be fully prepared. The check could not have been ready sooner, because you had not yet become the version of yourself capable of receiving it without fear or self-sabotage. Today, the readiness you feel inside is what unlocks the readiness outside. Everything within you and around you has reached a point of synchronization. Think of all the times you kept going despite feeling tired. Think of the times you held on to hope while navigating uncertainty. Think of how your heart stayed open even after being disappointed. These are not just emotional milestones. They are spiritual, psychological, and energetic markers that carried you to this threshold. The universe does not prepare someone this deeply without intention. The weight of your experiences was not random. It was forging resilience, clarity, compassion, and intuition. All of these qualities are necessary for receiving something significant. Your check represents the culmination of this inner work, this transformation that was silently shaping you through every challenge. And now, as you stand here with all that strength beneath you, you can finally see why the journey unfolded the way it did. Nothing was wasted. Nothing was for nothing. Every moment prepared you, refined you, and positioned you for the chapter you are about to step into. You are no longer the person who began this path. You are the person who can receive what once felt distant or impossible. This is the moment when the meaning becomes clear, when the years of endurance transform into arrival. You are ready now, more than ever, to claim what has been waiting for you.